Three, two, one. Hello everyone, my name's Joe Cook. I'm a musician and poet from Birmingham. This is another one of my videos for arts all over the place. I hope you've been enjoying them so far. I hope they've been useful and interesting. For anyone that's just tuning in, I'm a musician and a poet, so I kind of do lyric writing and rhythmic stuff and combine that together as best as I can. I thought today I would share a poem with you, and then I'll also give you a little creative writing task, kind of inspired by the poem in some way. The piece I'm going to perform for you is called my youth work poem. I'm not very good at naming my poems, so it's often whatever I'm talking about with poem on the end. So this is my youth work poem. I won't bore you with the big backstory, but basically I was working and volunteering in a couple of youth centres by me, North Birmingham, and the Birmingham City Council were going to close down the centres. And we were trying to obviously campaign and speak to our local MP, which is Andrew Mitchell. He was doing absolutely nothing about it. So I decided to write an open letter to Andrew Mitchell, kind of about the youth service, and I hope you enjoy it. I see these MPs talking to teens and with their press teams, just a youth photo shoot. Fate smiles blatant as they use the youth as product placement. Your public relations only happens on occasions to get your face in the papers. Another chance to pat yourself on the back as this wheeler-dealer government sells what it can for scrap. They call it cutbacks. Cutting the ribbon of a new shopping centre as you cut another youth worker. Well, stop telling me it's going to trickle down, because last time I checked, seeds grow from the ground and I refuse to let you poison the grassroots. You end up with some messed up Monsanto fruits. Broken products of society, manufacturers get away scot-free. No change, no refund, just told you all the problem. But that creative time could be a lifeline, something going to the dark side, the Jekyll and Hyde. I've seen a broken PS3 in a pool table be enough to keep a young mind stable. Huddled round speakers like Knights of the Round Table, their own sound clash fighting over the aux cable. But for the evil empire, it's a money maker, daft saver. In this conservative climate, these Tory times, wheelie bin collection, chaos was the local headline. The chaos of disorder. No talk of selling off a youth centre, but the collection's late. Let's tear down the gates, never mind the kids on the estate. Raise a fist so the recycling never gets missed. They rallied at the troops, gotta make a stand. If you care about bins that much, you really are a waste man. Broken products of society, manufacturers get away scot-free. No change, no refund, just told you all the problem. Up university fees, close down libraries, teachers become box tickers, a blockage in the fountain of knowledge, younger generation, gentrification. Then you say we need to improve education. When it comes to cuts, I'm not the sharpest knife in the box. That was a terrible pun. But how are you going to serve the youth when you cut the youth service? That must be a problem. You cut the strings and wonder why the puppet won't move with you. In fact, scrap that analogy. They move freely, like your hand up their backside. It's like not watering the soil and wondering why a tree don't rise. Move components on the circuit and the bulb won't light. More academies and blaming families don't make it right. And I'm not saying I'm a saviour, even though I've got the same initials. I'm just a drummer and a poet. Notebook scribbles and paradiddles. Animal from the Muppets with rhyming couplets. I see your lost causes and your statistics, you're hard to reach and your misfits hard to reach. Maybe look at how we teach, extend our reach, put the action to social action rather than just a passionate preach. The youth and the future seems to be their mantra. A sample on repeat, where they traded in the tarot cards and sold the crystal ball. The landfill community parks and want more shopping malls. And yes, this is my proper job. So when I deal with a career snob, what do? I care. What do? I try. What do I make? A difference, to stand, to rewrite the master plan. What do I know? Youth work works. Broken products of society, manufacturers get away scot-free. No change, no refund, just told you all the problem. That's my youth work poem for you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you would like to check that out further, there's a video of it on YouTube, filmed by a friend of mine, which is really cool. I released a spoken word EP called 808s and Snowflakes, which I did at the start of lockdown, which is 6 poems all put to instrumental music which I made, and that poem is on there. You can buy it off Bandcamp, you can buy it off iTunes, it's available to stream, so you can check it out on Spotify. So if you just type in Joe Cook 808s and Snowflakes, that will come up. If you want to purchase it, that'd be brilliant. If you want to listen to it, that's also awesome, so please check that out. So the creative writing task I'm going to give you is kind of inspired and linked to that poem. So when I was writing that, I was trying to imagine I was writing an open letter. I didn't really use a letter format in it, but in my head and my kind of catalyst for creating it, I was imagining I was writing an open letter to Andrew Mitchell. So what we're going to do, we're going to take that letter format and we're going to apply it to a bit of writing. So what I would like you to do, I would like you to write a letter. So this exercise I call the Dear Whatever letter. So we're going to write a letter. Now who's this letter going to be to? So I'm going to give you some options, but you can take it however you want. It could be to an issue. So in the previous video, we spoke a bit about personification. Personification is giving an unhuman or inanimate object human features. So bringing an object to life. Now, we could take the idea of an object and we could apply that to an issue. So you could write to an issue in society. So that could be like, dear racism, dear war, dear poverty, dear xenophobia. It could be whatever you want. So take an issue and talk about it and talk to it as if it's a person. So it might be like, dear racism, why are you still hanging around? Like no one ever liked you like all these days ago. Like when people talk about the good old days, people didn't like you then. We definitely don't like you in 2020. You just need to pack your bags and leave, man. You've really outstayed your welcome. So that could be how you could do for an issue. I would like you to either do someone. So think about someone. It could be a famous person. It could be someone you admire. It could be someone you despise. It could be someone just in your life that you would love to write a letter to and let them know how important they are to you. You could also do your future or past self. So if it was your future, you might talk about how you hope the future's going to be. If it was your past self, you might talk about things that went wrong in your past. You might talk about certain nostalgic, positive things in your life. So the nostalgia for me might be like talking about skateboarding, it might be talking about Pokemon cards, it might be talking about coming home from school and playing PlayStation 1, it might be watching cartoons, even though I still do all of that pretty much, apart from Pokemon cards, but Pokemon's a big kid. But anyway, so it could be something to your past self, it could be advice to your past self and stuff like that. So the three options I'm going to give you: an issue, an issue, talking to someone that could be anyone in society, a famous person, someone you know, and the other one, an issue. What was the last one? My mind's gone blank. And the other one would be your future or past self. Your future or past self. Sorry, I was thinking about Pokemon cards. Got in the way. So an issue, someone in society, your future or past self. This is a tool which is used a lot in writing and all different forms of art. It's used very commonly in hip hop and lyricism and writing. So Nas had a tune called One Love, which is an open letter to a friend of his in prison. The Beastie Boys had a tune called An Open Letter to New York City, which was right kind of after 9/11. So it was talking to the city post 9/11 and kind of bigging up the city and being like, we're going to bounce back from this. Tupac had a tune called Letter to My Unborn Child, which as the name suggests is a letter to his unborn child. It's also used a lot in different forms of art. It's used a lot in stand-up comedy. Stand-up often take issues and things in society and give it human features and bring it to life. Richard Pryor used to do this a lot, talking about his drug addiction, where he would make his addiction a person, or he would make like his pipe talk to him and stuff like that. So that's an example of this. That's an example of bringing an issue or bringing a topic to life and addressing it. So that's what I would like you to do. Dear Whatever letter. Pick whatever you want, take it however you want. If you're struggling to start, maybe put dear whatever. So, dear future self, dear past self, dear nostalgia, dear racism, whatever it is. And just write it as if a letter. Imagine it's a person. Okay, dear whatever letter. I really hope you enjoyed that. And I would love to try and hear some back. If there's any way I can do that, I would love to hear what people create. So yeah, dear whatever letter.